And we are live! Back with another rendition of Los's Corner Store and the Prove Me Wrong podcast. Let's get straight into it. This is episode 40. Episode 40. Shout out to Mom. She about to be 40 in a couple months. So we're going to do UFC Fight Night, Smith versus Spann prediction, and we're also going to recap Monday Night Football and give our Thursday Night Football predictions, betting lines, over, under, all that good stuff as well. Let's get into it with the NFL. You know what I'm saying? We got to start with the best sport in America, foosball. Monday Night Football recap. Las Vegas 33 versus Baltimore 27. Derek Carr showed out in the clutch. Starting with when the fourth quarter started, Derek Carr went into God mode. He went ballistic. This man knew he was not losing this game. Lamar said, "This one's on me." I don't necessarily think it's on him. He did fumble late in overtime to give the Raiders back the ball so that they could have, you know what I'm saying? That did happen. But you play the cards you're dealt. And Lamar couldn't establish the run. Could not do it. We had some great moments from Latavius Murray, but they just couldn't get the run game going enough to support the play action. And that's Lamar's thing. You're scared of run game, run play action, boom, catch you down the field, he's throwing dimes. That's his thing. He's great at that. But with a suspect running back core, you can only do so much. The Raiders defense looked good. It looked very, very good. The Ravens defense looked suspect without Peters. That was to be seen. I called it. I was like, without, Peters is the heart and soul of that defense. Even though Marlon Humphrey is the better player, Peters is really the heart and soul of that defense. Patrick Queen, still young, still getting his feet wet. Played all of last season, I know, but still young. Second-year linebacker. So the Raiders defense did look suspect. Do I think they can turn it around once their running backs get more established? Once they got team chemistry going? Do I think they can turn it around? Absolutely. I think they have the pieces necessary to move forward. But as I said in last week's episode, I didn't see them winning this game. This game was going to be tough for them, and it proved to be tough for them, and they lost in overtime. So that's, you lost in overtime. The Raiders actually proved something to me. So no matter what I just said about the Ravens, the Raiders proved that they can go out there and win a football game. They can win football games. Any means necessary, they can do it. I can actually see the Raiders doing something, maybe going to the playoffs this year. Derek Carr is not John Gruden's guy, so I know he's probably out of there no matter what he does. But he's raising his own stock, and I love that for Derek Carr because I think Derek Carr gets a little bit too much slander. All right. Thursday Night Football preview. Oh, by the way, Derek Carr threw a bomb to Zay Jones, who was butt-booty naked, in overtime for the dub. Shout out Zay Jones. Thursday night preview. Tonight we got the New York Football Giants versus the Washington Football Team. Taylor the GOAT Heineke will be starting, and in my bold prediction, I think he will be outplaying Daniel Jones today. I think this is where Washington looks, because I said it last week. Quarterbacks are evaluated by games. This is a divisional game, prime time. You have the better offense. Your offenses are better. You go up against the better defense, but you're the starting football quarterback after being the 6th pick, or the 8th pick, and you're going up against the backup. So I feel like the cards are set for Daniel Jones to succeed, and if he doesn't, this game will be the game that New York points to and says, this is not our guy. This is not our guy. But that's my prediction on the quarterback situations. Chase Young will have himself a day against the rebuilding Giants offensive line. This smells of kind of like a blowout. I'm about to tell you my score. I only have a 2-touchdown game. This smells like it could be something bad for New York. New York, Saquon did not play great, granted, only had 10 carries, 26 yards, but you're still getting Saquon slowly but surely into it. this is not the season that you're planning to win. So, yeah, this just kind of reeks of a blowout by Washington. I got it 13-27. I'm taking the football team. The spread is New York win by 3.5 or Washington win by 3. Take the spread. This is going to be, like, way over that. The over-under is 41. I have it at 40, my personal score, but I also feel like 13 might be a little low for the Giants and 27 might be a little low for Washington. They're both capable teams, capable, I'm going to call the New York Giants. So 41 points does not seem like a stretch. I'd take the over. Tonight, we have a Thursday Night Football watch-along. We're going to go live. Me and Mikey, during the game, we're going to watch the game together. It'll be a long-ass live, the whole game. Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be really, really fun. Please tune in for that. That'll be taking place right before game starts. We're going to be giving our, we're going to be talking. Oh, wait, no, he has work. He will be here, though. So I'll start it off, and then he will eventually join in. I'm going to set up the TV here to do that. We're watching on this couch. We're going to have ourselves a good little day. All right. Let's jump into the UFC, guys. So we have a UFC Fight Night, Anthony Smith versus Ryan Spann. No recap, did that last week. There was no card. We did have Vitor Belfort versus Evander Holyfield on Triller, and Anderson Silva knocked out Tito Ortiz. I already talked about that, though, I think. Anderson Silva knocked out Tito Ortiz. It was nice. Tito was literally doing this. Just like this. No, I'm not exaggerating the speed. He did 3 this. He did 1, 2, 3. Anderson Silva said, "Bing!" Tito Ortiz was slumped. For the first time in his combat sports career, he was unconscious. All right, now that we've got that. UFC Fight Night, Anthony Smith versus Ryan Spann. I'm going to give you the prelim fight to watch. This is a women's bantamweight bout, 135 pounds. Number 12, Penne Kianzad versus Raquel Pennington. Raquel Pennington had her title shot against Amanda Nunes, got absolutely dominated. Corner should have thrown in the towel. She wanted to quit. Then it got stopped after they didn't throw in the towel in between rounds. And then after that, Raquel's been on a slide. Penne Kianzad has kind of been up and down since The Ultimate Fighter, and she's finally on like an upwards trajectory. So I'm really pulling for Penne. I think she's awesome. I think she comes to scrap every single time. So I got Penne Kianzad in that fight. But let's jump straight into the main card. Starting it off is a 185-pound middleweight fight between Joaquin Buckley versus Antonio Arroyo. So Joaquin Buckley had the 2020 knockout of the year, then got dominated by Kevin Holland, and I'm pretty sure he's lost one more. Give me uno momento. Yeah, he did lose to Alessio Di Chirico. Yeah. Wait, no, I'm tripping. Yeah, he had the 2020 knockout of the year, and since then, he's gone 2-2. Wow, he's fought a lot. Good shit. Good shit. Hasn't fought since January of this year, but he did fight a lot in 2020. Good shit. Joaquin Buckley's an animal. I love that. I love that. Love that. But yeah, since losing to Kevin Holland, he's got 1 knockout win, another knockout win, and another knockout loss. After the knockout loss to Kevin Holland, so he's 2-2 in his last 4. He's fighting Antonio Arroyo. I think he finally puts it together. Like, they're giving him kind of like you know, we're prospecting now. We're going. He didn't deserve to fight Kevin Holland. It was completely obvious. Alessio Di Chirico made him look stupid. I do remember watching that. But yeah, I think he finally gets it done. I think this is going to be the one to finally get him on a good path, and I'm going to choose him over Antonio Arroyo. Next up, we got a 155-pound lightweight fight. Arman Tasrukian, I'm pretty sure that's how you say it, versus Christos Giagos. I'm going to go Arman Tasrukian. I've seen this guy fight. He's an animal. He's a beast. He comes to maul, and I think it's going to be no different. 155 is full of murderous Russian people. Then up we got women's flyweight, 125 pounds, Ariane Lipski versus Mandy Baum. I'm going to go Ariane Lipski. Yeah, I think she's the more polished fighter. And in women's MMA, athleticism means less, and technique and skill mean more. So, Ariane to me, Ariane, I'm gonna call her Ariane. Ariane to me is the more polished fighter, and I think she's gonna take this by unanimous decision. Next up, we have another lightweight, 155-pound fight: Jim Miller versus Nicholas Mota. Jim Miller has been on a downward skid. I think he's the most fights in the UFC. Jim Miller is a legend. He's awesome. He's a fan favorite. Although that being said, I do think he's on the downward, and a lot of up-and-comers are going to start to make their name off Jim Miller, and I think the first one to do so will be Nicholas Mota. Jim Miller might even call it a career soon, because I think if he loses this fight, would be 4 straight. Let me fact check that. Sorry, once I get talking about the UFC, I get excited. Yeah, so this would be, if he loses this fight, it'll be his 3rd straight. He's not losing in devastating fashion. He's losing by decision, but the tides have come. The MMA is evolving and growing, and I don't see him being able to compete with these younger guys anymore. Co-main event, 205 pounds, Ion Cutelaba versus Devin Clark. Ion Cutelaba is a monster, and Devin Clark is a gangster. I love Devin Clark. Yeah. In his Devin Clark last fight, he lost to the guy main eventing in Anthony Smith, and he lost to the other guy main eventing in Ryan Spann. But since entering the UFC, he's definitely got more wins than losses. 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3, 4-3, 4-4, 6-4, 6-5. He's 6-5 in the UFC. Ion Cutelaba. And he's 2 of his last 3. He's won 2 of his last 3 in Devin Clark. And Ion Cutelaba is coming off 2 losses and a draw after what was probably the performance of his career against Khalil Roundtree. But yeah, man, he's getting knocked the fuck out. I think it's all he knows how to sell himself. He knows how to sell himself, and that's awesome. But I just think Devin Clark probably takes this matchup. So I'm going to go Devin Clark. And in the main event, we got Anthony Smith. Anthony Lionheart Smith trying desperately to crack back into that middleweight. That light heavyweight top 5. Right now ranked at number 6. Ryan Spann ranked at 11. I think Ryan Spann's trying to make his name off Anthony Smith. I think Anthony Smith has been dealing with that for the past 2 years. And he said it on the MMA Hour. He's been being fed these prospects like if he doesn't have 50 professional fights. And he's ranked in the top 10. So I understand what he and the UFC are trying to do. They're trying to build him back up, give him prospects. But I think he's going to do this. It's going to be ugly. All Anthony Smith wins are ugly, except the Shogun and the Rashad. But all of them are ugly. So Ryan Spann will have his moments. This fight will not go 5 rounds. It may not even go 3 rounds. But this will be a great fight, and I think Anthony Smith gets it done by submission, as he do. They're going to both be exhausted after 2 rounds of war, and then Ryan Spann will make the first real mistake, and Anthony Smith and his veteran experience will be able to capitalize on that. Thank you to... Yeah, we're jumping straight into thank yous. Thank you to Buddy for being the best boy in the whole wide world. Come here, Bubba. Come here, my love. Come here, puppies. Good boy. Good boy. I'm sorry. Good boy. Good boy. Oh, you're shedding, dude. Jesus Christ, you gotta get a haircut. All right, thank you to Mom and thank you to Dad. I love you both. Mom, you are amazing. Dad, you are awesome. I appreciate you guys. Hi, baby. I ain't got no music, but I'm finna dance out. Woo!